Good evening, everyone. My name is Oma, and the topic for today's discussion is the Partners Toolkit. So, I hope every one of you are ready. Okay, I'll share my screen now. Okay, good evening, everyone, once again. So, let's start with the today's presentation. It's Unlocking Insights from NB Reports and TPD Product Overview. This is a list of reports that we, on a regular basis, release from our side. So they are Blackboard report, performance report. I'm sure most of you might be using these reports. So today's presentation is basically an overview as to how you can use these reports for your client engagement also. So starting with the first is the NB Blackboard report. This report is sent daily by our team, and it's released early in the morning. So this is called the NB Blackboard report. So all the funds recommended by our team is mentioned in this PDF. So what you can see is category wise, we have a basket of funds that we feel that in this category, these funds are doing good, and this fund can be considered for your investment for your client purpose. So so there so whenever you're going to a client meeting or anywhere, what you can do is you can use this Blackboard report to suggest funds to the client. Okay, so in FlexiCap category, you can have this funds for investment. Similarly, for multiple categories, we have this basket. And as you know, this report has been sent daily purpose. The next report that we have is your MF performance report. So again, daily, early in the morning, two reports are sent in under MF performance report. The first one is equity report and other one is debt report. In this report, all the funds in the MF category, MF universe are mentioned. So in MF Blackboard report, all the funds that we recommend are mentioned, and MF performance report, all the funds in the universe are mentioned. So if you want to know for a fund that we don't recommend but client has in his portfolio, you can use this report to see what has been the performance, what is the NAV of the fund, what's the corpus, and other details like your minimum investment, launch date, expense ratio. So this report can be used handy to get basic details about your mutual fund, any category. So equity report has equity funds and hybrid funds, and in debt you have all debt funds. And as you know, this report is published daily. The third report that for today is a weekly market overview. So this is a creative that's been shared on every Monday morning, and we make sure that this report is sent before 9:15. So you can use this creative. You can use it on your WhatsApp status also. So it just gives us gist about how has the market performed in the last week. So we can give how what has been the movement for Nifty, for Sensex, how much FII and DII is selling. So these pointers help you to understand, and you can even talk to your client. Okay, we're expecting so this was the FI level of FI selling that happened, or DII continuously buying. Additional on that, we even have data for gold, silver, crude oil, and 10-year GSEC. All of these are important points that you should know or should have a gist about what's the current market performance. And this report is being published. This creative is shared every Monday, and it's sent on WhatsApp groups. And if you see the entire report, you even have a category average at the end to show how the entire category, or like for the FlexiCap funds on an average, how has it performed on a 1 year or 3 year basis. So you can even use that for client engagement. Next is ETF dashboard. This report is also sent on every Monday. The main reason for sending this list is because some of the times, like, client is like, okay, I want to invest in ETFs. So which ETFs are you suggesting? So we have this report under multiple categories, like we have equity ETF, we have gold ETFs also. So we have selected few ETFs which have high liquidity or has a good corpus, so that client can invest without any client can invest in this ETFs. And most of the time, there is request from the client side. Okay, I want to invest in some products which can be used as a which I can use for a margin purpose. So you can suggest ETF to your clients, and this is a report which will help you selecting the ETFs in the particular category that we have. Next is SIP performance report. So all the funds that's mentioned in the NB Blackboard report, that the funds that we are recommending, the funds in the NB Blackboard report, they give you lump sum performance as on 1 year, 3 year, 5 year basis. This report gives you SIP performance for the particular period, like for 1 year, 3 year, 5 year. So usually when we go to clients, we give them, we ask them to start an SIP. Mostly, we ask them to start an SIP for from the fund. So you can use this report to understand what has been the SIP returns. And for if you want to get the performance report, or sorry, if you want to get the lump sum performance, you can use NB Blackboard report for that. So this SIP report is also published on every Monday. Next is fixed income, SGL and GSEC codes. As you know, in the current markets, bonds and NCDs are, uh, a client wants to invest in bonds and NCDs. So you can use this report and pitch the client to get fixed interest kind of offerings to a client. So mostly we usually publish this report on every Tuesday, and it mentions every government bond offering, G6, SDLs. So we have curated the select top bonds that we think are has a good yield and secured. So we make sure that we have select good section of bonds that the client can invest without any worry and without any default risk per se. But you can use this as a at initial stage. You can pitch the client this PDF. You can tell them these are the bonds that we have currently in the market, which are yielding a good, which are giving a good yield, and you can consider this as an alternative to your fixed income, like your FD. Instead of investing in FD, you can consider this bonds also. So this report is published on every Tuesday. Please use it for your fixed income offering. Next is your weekly product blackboard. So this blackboard is published on every Wednesday. The main reason for this was so that you guys have an understanding about what all products that are offered by Nirmal Bank. So mostly it has details about your mutual funds, your corporate FDs, your NCDs. Every product that is offered by Nirmal Bank is mentioned in the weekly product blackboard. You can use it. It's also published on the website, and it's published every Wednesday. Next is monthly chronicles. So every whenever the month begins, usually on the first or second, we come out with the monthly chronicles. So this report gives us an outlook on equity and debt. So, so there are two sections to this report. First one is review, and another one is outlook. So review gives what has happened in the last month. Like if for the month of July, I have released this report. So I would be giving what has happened in the month of June, an overview, and what we expect could happen in the month of July. And in the if you read the entire report in the in the last para, if you even have an investment strategy about how the current scenarios are evolving and what is our view, how should the client invest in any particular, like in equity, we would be giving you some suggestions, like we think idea pharma is doing good, or you should continue with the SIP, or you should do lump sum. That kind of investment strategy is also mentioned at the end of the report. So you can use this actively and share it with the clients. So even though they have an idea about what's happening in the market and what is the current outlook for the market. Next report that we have is a monthly industry report. You might be knowing Amphi on a monthly basis publish their Amphi monthly report. So this report usually has fund how much fund flows has been there, what is the industry movement. So this data is usually published on a monthly basis. So we consolidate and taking the entire view. I mean, we create this report, and this report has basically it helps you to understand about which category is receiving the highest flows. How is the mutual funds AUM growing? How is the how is the SIP numbers growing? So this gives you understanding how the trends are changing in the market. So it's a very comprehensive product. It's a very comprehensive report that we have, and you should share it to the client. And it gives a client, you can use this as a product for client communication and send it them to the client to see, so that they can even understand, okay, which categories are good for investment and which categories are being chosen by the which categories are chosen by the clients for using your additional investments also. Next, we have MF trade analysis. So this report gives us an understanding about how has been the movement in stocks. So mutual funds on a monthly basis keeps on buying stocks, buying and selling stocks. So this tells us which AMC is holding which fund, which stock has seen the highest movement in terms of your number of shares or in market value, that way. So you can use this to understand how in depth you can go and help understand the mutual fund analysis that's been done and how has been the movement in also the market cap. Next, we have Nirmal Bank product offering. So till here, Do anyone have your query regarding this entire product, or anyone wants to know in detail how from where these reports are generated or per se? Anyone has any query regarding NB reports? Anything? You can raise your hand if anyone has a query, or you can put it in the chat box. You can use that also. Okay, we'll wait for a few minutes and then we can join. We can continue with the next part.
Uma, I think no questions. Yes, I think I can see one question. For long-term equity, good or dead? So, so it's purely depends on the client's risk profile. Definitely, if it's a long term, we generally says that equity is a good for the long term point of view, probably 7 to 10 years point of view. But in case client is not having that kind of a risk appetite, though he is having the time horizon, so accordingly you can suggest. So there is no universal answer for this particular question, like whether it's a equity is good or debt is good. Definitely, it's depends on one. It's a the risk appetite or risk appetite of the investors. So yes, Uma, continue that presentation. So I'll just so as I think Uma showed you like what kind of a blackboard and the daily performance report goes. How you guys can use it is so once you go to the client, meet the client at the same time, it clicks like sometimes clients ask which is the good fund and where we can invest into. So one is she showed you like a monthly performance report where we give a strategy thing as well, like which market cap is looking good, whether flexi cap is good at this point in time, or probably if you are talking with clients and risk appetite is quite high, then mid cap and small cap he can take some exposure, and he's already having some kind of a multi cap or flexi cap kind of a things. So this particular reports. A report will help you because at the same time you can tell clients these are the funds which is a part of our white list or probably a recommendation from our side. So you can tell your clients this is the thing. And we also come out with the industry presentation. So whoever is not aware about small cap funds का criteria क्या होता है और flexi cap funds का criteria क्या होता है, so on our portal we have put it Uma, if you can showcase some kind of an industry report, that would be great here. So meanwhile we'll see if can here give it something. So that particular report will also help you how this industry actually, how FlexiCap actually works, what all the criterias of the selection, how what even 5 funds if we are recommending, then you will get the few sales pitch also in that presentation. Suppose you are suggesting a White Oak FlexiCap or Nippon Small Cap Fund. So Nippon Small Cap Fund, where they are taking exposure, what they have of late done it, what all the segments or the sector wise they are focusing on. So all the things you will get it in that particular presentation. So parallelly, not a standalone, but yes, there are the multi-layer kind of a reports which will surely will help you. So one, definitely blackboard is there on instant recommendation ke liye. Then there are the category reports if client is interested on the more on the category side. So probably that presentation will help you. So yes, and the top of it, all the reports which we are publishing, you will get it on our portal. And as I mentioned on the chat box also here, that I have shared a WhatsApp link. That is our channel which we run, and we put it all our content over there, and one can join, and every day they can get it, whatever kind of a reports we are coming out with, whatever thoughts we come out with. So everything you will get it.
So any category presentation that you want, it's already mentioned in the. It's we have posted it on our website under special reports. So if you want, like, if you want to know for large and mid cap, we have it. That's the last updated is on 20th May for large and mid, and if you want for mid balance advantage.
So here, basically on our portal and on our group, WhatsApp group, you will get all the reports. And see, this is the presentation. So presentation, as I said, everything you will get it over there. From scratch. If you don't understand that category, you will just go through that presentation. That will help you to understand that particular category. See here, you can see what is this is a newly added category, income arbitrage fund of fund. So we have explained each and everything here, and then what all the recommendations are there, that also has been added at last. And what all the factors basis on that, see, here you can see how this strategy works, equity kaise hai, debt kaise. I mean, it will give you a full idea about the report, the particular category, and taxation also. So from start to scratch, everything you can understand, from category to fund to taxation. So that would be there. And then here I would like to show, and as Uma said, that weekly presentation which we come out with, where we consolidated all the products which Nirmal Bang as a intermediary are offering to our partners or to our clients per se. So from mutual funds to corporate FDs to ongoing NCDs, secondary market bonds, NPS, your PMS AIF. So everything would be there in that particular presentation. And then separate presentation, you will get it on the different products as well, as I have showed you for the mutual funds. So corporate FD. So basically, these kind of a products basically you can offer to your very conservative kind of a clients who are who do not want to take a risk on the equity side and would like to. So we have a multiple. Go to the next slide. So we have a multiple tie-ups with the manufacturer who comes out with these corporate FDs like Bajaj, Mahindra, Shriram, LIC, and PNB. So there are these kind of corporate FDs are available. You will get the rate of interest, what kind of a rate of interest, and we keep circulating such kind of a things every morning. And also with the rate of interest, creatives also we keep sharing, whatever is in focus, like Bajaj Finance is in focus, or Bajaj Finance is trying to we got that information that Bajaj Finance is going to reduce the rate of interest. So we keep sharing such kind of information on our groups, on our through mail and all. So that probably will help you to pitch these kind of products to your clients. Go to the next slide. Yes, next. So, secondary market bonds, I think most of you must be aware about this secondary market. Primary market bonds are like, जैसे हम equity market में हमारा IPO आता है. Then same way on the debt side also the IPO comes. And then when it started trading in the markets, we called it the secondary market bonds. So there are a very good quality secondary market bonds. We keep sharing the information, a weekly basis. And these are the few bonds which client can invest to get the regular income. Safety point of view, say, because these are the backed by state government. Even if not a state government, then they have a good structure. So it's not like anything and everything is coming and we are just passing on to you. So we have certain filtration criteria, and after that we are just sending these information to you guys. So it's like just you have to pick it up funds and fit in your client's profile. तो आपको कोई भी प्रोडक्ट में चूज करने का जरूरत नहीं है whether I should go for UP Power or Andhra. If client is ready to invest in a secondary market bonds, then probably anything you can pick it up basis on the what kind of a yields he is expecting. Even G6 are also there, government bonds are there, state development bonds are there. So there are the different bonds which we keep sharing with you all on the weekly basis. So this could be even last if we talk about last 2 3 years, we have seen a good traction on this particular market. And that is what I mean, I would say, like, talk to your clients who are like a FD kind of a clients or conservative kind of a clients. Probably they can invest in these kind of a bonds. One is, if client is not interested, and this can be used as a capital protection strategy as well. One is investing in these bonds. They are getting a regular interest in every quarterly or sometimes monthly basis. The same kind of a quarterly and monthly things he can do a start a SIP. So whatever the capital he had invested, that is safe. The additional money which he needs or he is getting as an interest, that he can invest. So there are the multiple permutation combination he can do it, and some kind of oldies he get a lump sum amount he would like to invest, can get a regular flows. So these bonds are available on our portal. So for this very simple process, you have to mail us on a mutual at nimblebank.com that we need my client is interested in so and so bond. We will share the quotes, like उस दिन का क्या प्राइस होगा हम आपके साथ शेयर कर देंगे. आप अपने क्लाइंट से एक बार कंफर्मेशन लेते हो. हमको कुछ एक डॉक्यूमेंट्स चाहिए होते हैं. वी आस्क फॉर सर्टेन डॉक्यूमेंट्स, बेसिक डॉक्यूमेंट्स लाइक पैन, आधार एंड कैंसिल चेक. वो आप अगर भेजते हो देन आपका सेटलमेंट हम लोग डील शीट क्रिएट करके देन you can settlement we can do it in a same day or the next day. So it's a very simple process. You have to simply shoot a mail, that's it. So NCDs, I think everyone must be aware about that Nirmal Bank keeps coming out with our own NCDs. So apart from that, there are the different, other than that also, NCDs keeps going and coming and going. So of late, we have shared the data of Adani Enterprises, which actually got subscribed within a few hours even. Muthoot also, closed abhi recently. Ongoing Edelweiss is there. Saman is also, it's that earlier I am forgetting the name of India Bulls. Yeah. So India Bulls company actually restructured and they have changed the name to Saman Capital. So that has been there. So there are the keeps coming new NCDs, and also this is also because debt side may now, what one thing we have to understand is that interest rate scenario is going down, and interest rates are coming down rapidly. And in this scenario, hardly what kind of a rate of interest they are getting from the bank. If you are offering something or any kind of a product which is giving them 150 or 200 bips over and above, that would be even 100 bips or 150 bips over and above what they are getting from the bank, would be one of the best offering. So that is what, by keeping that mind, agar aap this particular segment, why we are talking about more on the NCDs, bonds and all, because in this market, this is a need of an hour and people need it some kind of a product, and isme aapko kuch bhi nahi, because risk, very limited kind of a risk is there. As I said, that everything and anything we are not putting on the group and throwing to you guys. There are certain filtration and also. So yes, this is one of the one kind of a products which one can look at. So there are the different PMSs as well which are on our platform. Even Nirmal Bank is one of the PMS on a multi-cap side. So there are the different strategies run on the PMS side, mostly on the multi-cap, small cap, large cap, mid and small cap. So ICICI Pipe is one of the other strategies which are tilted towards the mid and small cap side. Then Abacus is on the multi-cap side. So you can see this is also this basic information is also on is a part of our weekly, and one can go through, and if client is interested in such kind of a things, probably we can share a full-fledged presentation to explain it to the clients, and we can even help you also in some case you get stuck and all, to resolve some kind of a queries, and also one can connect to us. Probably we can help them to understand the product, and probably can connect with your clients as well. And the last is the AIFs are also on the platform. So AIFs there are the different categories of AIFs. So I am not going to explain here what all the things are, what kind of AIFs and all. But one need to understand जो भी हमारे asset classes हैं, equity है, debt है, real estate है. सो हमारे जितने भी जो AIFs है वो मेनली हमारे इस कैटेगरीज में आते हैं। इक्विटी के जो AIFs आते हैं वो मोस्टली जो लिस्टेड इक्विटी साइड है वो कैटेगरी 3 AIF हम बोलते हैं, CAT 3 AIFs। एंड रियल एस्टेट और अनलिस्टेड सिक्योरिटीज और फिक्स इनकम साइड वट एवर जो AIFs होते हैं वो आपके CAT 2 AIFs होते हैं। ठीक है। अभी CAT 2 ये आप नियो का एक देख रहे हो, दिस इज अ डेट PMSs, जहां पर आपको बहुत सिंपली आपको पता है डेट में अगर बहुत अच्छी कंपनीज होती है वो कहाँ से बोरो करेंगी, वो बैंक के पास जाती है एंड दे बोरो। जहां पर लिमिटेशंस होते हैं जिस कॉर्पोरेट्स एंड ऑल को टू रेज अ फंड फ्रॉम द बैंक्स, those kind of a companies raise a fund from the market, like people like us. So they goes or the different kind of a products invest in that particular things like AIFs. So so here the companies which are simply simple understanding के लिए, the companies which are unable to raise funds through banks and NBFCs come into the market, raise funds through different products and the investors, and make a product here which you can see like a neo special credit. So because उनको बैंक एंड NBFC से they cannot take a loan. So अगर आप थर्ड पार्टी से लेते हो, आई मीन एनी इन्वेस्टर्स आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन यू बिकॉज ऑफ आपको प्रमोटर्स को सम काइंड ऑफ केपेक्स करना है और प्रमोटर्स को फंड रेजिंग करना है बिकॉज ऑफ सम एक्सपेंशन प्लान or some kind of a acquisition. So so they have to raise funds, and वहां पर आपको because you have need a fund, you are ready to pay a higher rate of interest. So that is what in these kind of products you will get a expected gross yield is around 20 to 25 4%. यहाँ पर एक चीज आपको समझना है, यहाँ पर जो सिंपल फिक्स डिपॉजिट एंड ऑल वाले क्लाइंट्स हैं दे कैन नॉट बी फिट इन। the clients who understand basically and they are investing into a equity side, they have been invested in equity, now they would like to take a little exposure on the fixed income side. So those kind of clients or probably they are looking for a safety security point of view, those kind of clients can come here and invest in such kind of a product. Gross yield would be around 22 to 24%. Again, ये डिपेंड करता है what all the products you are picking up. As of now we are talking about neo special credit. Expected gross yield is 22 to 24%. Few products which takes little lesser risk, probably you will see a range of return range or gross yield range is around 16 to 18%. Here in the hands of investors, client will make around 15 to 16% post tax and post expenses, roughly I am talking about. And if the gross yield is around 16 to 18%, then client would make around 11% kind of a return. So that kind of a expectation, why I am telling you, once you are talking with your clients, probably you should understand what kind of a expectation, what kind of a client is having, what kind of a expectation, and what kind of a products is suited to them. Minimum investment amount would be 1 crore. So these are the products are available. यस, सो फिक्स डिपॉजिट है, आप उसके अगेंस्ट में क्लाइंट्स को ब्रेक नहीं करना है तो आप लोन दिला सकते हो, अगर बजाज इन ऑल का है FDs. सो that particular product is there. NPS, I'm sure everyone must be aware about, and you guys also will be a subscriber of NPS. So different kind of schemes are there. Equity E is equity, C is corporate debt, and G is government. So based on the client's risk profile or the age, one can invest in different kind of asset classes. So it's there. So again, this is one of the product. You will get even on a weekly presentation you will get a taxation of all the product as well, because sare clients mostly they are more interested on the taxation, what is the taxation of the different products and all. So you will see here we have mentioned on our weekly presentation what is the taxation of our product. So this is one of the thing, especially for the broking RMs, I mean, who are just doing the cross selling, and for ease of them, we have made this smart baskets for them. So here, what we have done it, we have made a 5 baskets basis on the investment horizon. We have, linked these baskets to a life goals. Smart builder is like someone who would like to take a very balanced approach. तो BAF and multi asset का हमने combination दिया हुआ है. First time enter कर रहा है in mutual funds through you, probably first timer. This is the one other basket. 7 year, one is like, हमने we called it as a little giant. It's a combination of mid and small cap. So most of the clients recent time we are seeing they are more interested on a mid and small cap side. So we have done a research, and basis on that we have made a portfolio of 4 schemes of mid and small cap side where one can invest into directly. 10 years tiny titans is if someone would like to invest for their child's education or the marriage point of view related to any children's investment. One can invest here, and then golden year equity basket is for the retirement plan. So any client is having such kind of a goals, probably you can go on our portal. There is a basket section on that. One can directly buy those baskets from our portal. So you have to just put, like, suppose client would like to invest 10 lakh rupees, you have to put 10 lakh rupees basis on our allocation, which I have mentioned here. Automatically your, one shot, everything will go. So you have to just put 10 lakh rupees, and then it will automatically will give allocation, and the transaction will go. So in this presentation, you can see this back testing we are doing since 5 years, 2020, January 2020. So this kind of a returns you can see. So every basket you will see some or the other, there is a outperformance in a 3 year and the 5 years point of view. And this presentation we have circulated some times back, even very frequently we keep circulating these baskets, so at least one can understand what all these baskets, and we are sharing the one pagers and the creatives also, and the mailers are also going to the clients. So probably this is one of the product which you can talk with your clients and pitch it. So that's it from my side. I would request if you guys have any kind of a questions or anything which you would like to understand from the sales point of view, uh, would be happy to do it. So any questions? Okay, fine. So, thank you everyone. Thank you for joining in. And in case you have any kind of a questions or queries related to any products, you can mail us on mutual@nirmalbank.com. Would be happy to take it forward. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.